You know what? Let me just be upfront about one thing. Most crypto content online is either surface level hype or it's written by someone who spent 3 days with a product and called it a review. That's not what I do here. I've been deep in this space for a few years, going through platforms one by one, running actual coins through them, and tracking what happens over time. And the thing I keep gravitating back to lately is a specific type of exchange, one where you swap tokens without registering, without submitting your identity, and critically, without the platform ever getting its hands on your funds. I've had one of these services running in my regular workflow for about 5 months at this point, and today I just want to show exactly what that experience looks like. And then at the end, go through what I personally look for when deciding whether a platform like this is safe to use, because that question is more important than most people think. So I'm going to swap Tron for USDC. Slightly less obvious pair, which I think is useful because it shows how the platform handles routing between two tokens that aren't just the major ones. So I come to this panel and start setting up the exchange. TRX goes in as the token I'm sending. Okay, that's selected. And USDC as what I want to receive. Good, that's confirmed. And as soon as both sides are set, the platform immediately shows me the full breakdown, the rate I'm getting, what the fee looks like, and the expected time for the swap to go through. So let me just read through that properly. Yeah, that all makes sense to me. All right, moving ahead, so the next thing I need to do is enter the wallet address where tokens are going to be delivered. That goes right here. There's also a field for a refund address below it, optional, but I fill it in every time out of habit, and then a spot for an email address if I want a notification when the transaction settles. 1 second, please. Okay, that's done. Next screen. Here's where the platform shows me a full summary of the order before I commit to anything. Exchange details, going through everything now. Yeah, that all lines up correctly. Privacy policy, accepted, clicking create order. Okay, it's created, and the contract is sitting ready, waiting for me to send tokens through. Please wait a moment. All right, everything on my end is submitted, hitting the confirm button. And from this point, the system is processing the exchange automatically, and USDC should arrive at my wallet address within the next few minutes. And this is actually the perfect moment to explain what's happening right now under the surface, because understanding it changes how you think about why this type of platform exists in the first place. So the core thing to understand about a non-custodial exchange is that it is structurally incapable of holding your funds. That's not a policy, that's not a promise, it's how the system is built. When I sent that just now, it didn't go to a wallet owned by this platform. It went directly into a transaction that executes on the blockchain, and the output of that transaction is USDC routing to my address. The platform's job in that whole sequence is essentially navigation. Find the best route, execute it efficiently, confirm the output. That's it. Nothing passes through the platform's custody at any point. Now think about how a regular centralized exchange handles this. First you deposit, meaning your funds move from your wallet into the exchange's wallet. From that moment, you're no longer in control of those assets, the exchange is. And with that comes everything attached to that exchange. Their security vulnerabilities, their internal decisions, their relationship with regulators. Non-custodial removes that exposure entirely. Your funds are yours from start to finish. The platform is just the mechanism. The actual settlement happens at the blockchain level, which nobody controls. And now, look, I want to spend a minute on something that I think doesn't get talked about enough in this kind of content, which is the fact that for every legitimate service in this space, there are probably several that are either outright scams or somewhere in between. I've been going through crypto platforms long enough to have run into my share of them, and what I can tell you is that they've gotten more convincing over time. And the better constructed ones can hold up to a quick look without revealing anything obviously wrong. So here's what I actually check. The user experience logic. A platform designed for real use has a flow that guides you naturally from one step to the next. If that flow feels broken or requires you to figure things out rather than just follow them, that's not an accident and it's not a minor issue. And second, how the platform communicates about its own security. I want to be able to read in plain language how the system works, where the trust assumptions are, and whether anyone external has reviewed any of it. If that information doesn't exist or it's written vaguely enough that it doesn't actually say anything, that's all I need to know. I move on.